build your business to the West freaking built. Yes, you're listening to the mayhem traffic of Kinshasa. So something that I've been literally thinking about, I'm like, okay, how do I even frame this? This is where you see the importance of banks and loans. I'm not a huge fan of banks, of formal institutions, I'll be honest, but you need them. This is what I mean. Congo has made me realize the impact, like the tangible economic impact from a business standpoint and investment standpoint when an economy does not have access to cheap cash. What I define as cheap cash is loans, like your ability to go to the bank, get a loan at an interest rate that's relatively low so you can pay back in a long period of time. Very simple example, Canada, US. You have a stable job, you get to go to the bank, you qualify for a mortgage, the house is $400,000. You got to put down 10%, which is $40,000, and then you agree to your mortgage for 30 years at a certain amount of interest rate. Now, in an economy like this, and this, by the way, applies to business loans. It's the same concept. Now, in an economy like Congo, what you'll see is when you come to Kinshasa, and I've seen this in many other developing countries, even in the Caribbean, many apartment buildings, they start their construction, but they never finish it. Or what people do in Congo, you have a building, say it's an apartment buildings of 4 levels. You finish the first part, that money, you use your own money, savings, God knows what. You finish the first part, you put some tenants there, and by law, tenants you should have to give 3 to 4 months deposit. You take that money and then you finish the second floor. The problem with that, guess how long it takes? Like the average 4-level apartment in Kinshasa, because most materials are imported, is so costly. You're looking at anywhere of $500,000. And if you're relying on a tenant that's paying $3,000 a month to give you $3,000 a month, 4 months of deposit, how long is that going to take you? So, and the same thing with business, right? When you're building a business, you need material, you need this and that, you need some kind of like banking for even your staff in the short term. So how do you even get that kind of a loan when an economy like Congo, the bank is charging a 20 to 25% interest rate, where some economies in the West, when the West was doing well, sometimes the interest was like 1 or 2%. So I don't know, it just made me realize, like, for those of you in the diaspora that want to invest in real estate, that want to invest in business in the continent, really be aware that the local economy does not have access to cheap cash or good loans. So your best bet is probably to get a loan from the West and invest here, but really do your unit economics of how you're going to make your money back.